Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the daily reading. The day after the full moon in Sagittarius. The moon is already in Capricorn, so moving forward. Um, I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. It wiped me out, and it's so funny because normally when the moon is in Sagittarius, I have a lot of energy, and I did for like the 2 days that it was in Sag before the full moon came about. And as the day went on, it was just heavier and heavier and heavier. I'd really like to know how everybody's experience was yesterday because of all these other aspects that we have going on. Today we have Mercury and Mars are conjunct today, which I love this placement. Yes, they're both in Cancer, but we've been doing this dance with Mercury and Mars so close to each other for a while today. Like right now, literally, it's like 10:15 in the morning. It's at 0 degrees. Mercury and Mars are at 0 degrees conjunction. And this is all about, really fast thinking. Like Mercury is the planet of communication. It's also the planet that, it thinks a lot. It's the messenger. It wants to have all the details. It's ruled by Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. It's like the thinkers of the zodiac, or the messengers of the zodiac, the ones that a lot of times will say they overthink things. Other signs overthink things too, but in a completely different way, because with Mercury, it's like they're overthinking things to come to a solution, which is usually always the case. Is usually you think of all of the tiny details instead of the big picture. You're looking at all the tiny details to come to a conclusion and then giving it out to people, right? Then giving out the message to people. And then with Mars conjunct Mercury, Mars is that fiery, passionate, wanting to get it done, really feeling it, even though it's still in Cancer, which is kind of at its fall in Cancer. Both of them are sort of at their fall in Cancer. Could be a worse placement, right, than Cancer. I actually like it. My Mars is actually in Cancer, so I can get a lot of things done with this kind of conjunction. Plus, we have the moon in Capricorn. We have Saturn sextile Neptune, and we talked about this on Sunday when we were talking about the kite aspect around this full moon. This Saturn sextile Neptune is also about really bringing some big ideas to the table. As long as you can be patient with yourself, the imagination of everything that you want to bring to the table can really come to fruition right now. And when I talk about these really big aspects, like the Jupiter square Neptune aspect that we had on Sunday, that's going to last for a couple of weeks, like that energy, or like a week, or because Jupiter and Neptune are actually moving very slowly. So there's still, it's like not even a full degree, like it's still square. Basically, Jupiter and Neptune energy is still square. So with the Saturn sextile Neptune, it's and the Mercury Mars conjunction and the moon in Capricorn, things can really pop like forward right now in a really, really fast way. But that Saturn sextile Neptune, as long as you're patient with yourself, as long as you're doing things the way that you're supposed to be doing things, and you don't jump ahead, or you don't over fantasize, or you don't over embellish, I guess is the best word to put it, you can really get a lot of stuff done right now. So that harnessed energy that we had yesterday, I don't know who else did any full moon rituals. I did mine last night, where I set my intentions. I wrote them down on a piece of paper, the things that I wanted to release. And then I meditated on that and how it would actually feel if I didn't feel those kind of, like, for me, they were burdens. They were actually things that I wanted to release about myself. It wasn't really any particular person, or it wasn't a particular situation, because I know that I'm in control of my life. So if I'm in a situation or I'm around particular people, I have control over that. If I feel like those are toxic situations and toxic people, I know how to release that, because I've learned that alignment with myself on how to do that. That's what my coaching, my one-on-one coaching alignment sessions help you to do. It helps teach you how to be so in alignment with yourself. You know what you have to fix about yourself, and you don't make it anybody else's problem. Like, you know, the toxic things about yourself that make you hold on to toxic people. You know the toxic things about yourself that make you hold on to toxic environments. And once you recognize that about yourself, and once you allow yourself to release those things, that's when you come into alignment. And then it's easier to have relationships with people, and it's easier to choose what jobs or careers you want to do, or what you actually want to do with your life, or find out what your purpose is. It all comes down to you and centering. Notice how I'm doing, coming into a center with yourself. So for me, last night, I released some things about myself that I just knew that I've had a very difficult time releasing. And it's so funny because for a very long time, I figured they were very minor things. But as I got closer to this full moon, I realized that they weren't as minor as I once thought they were. I thought that I had healed that part of me. I had removed that part of me. So that was really cool. I was able to burn my paper that had the things on it that I wanted to release into the universe for this full moon. And I'm excited. I feel like the eclipse season, because it's also going to be Mercury retrograde, which is really funny because I'm also planning on doing events during this time too. So, and everybody thinks I'm always crazy when I do events during Mercury retrograde or during eclipse season. And I would tell you that I don't live my life by the planet's energies. I don't plan my life by the planet's energies. The beautiful thing about my life and the energy that the cosmos give me, and why I like to be informed or be able to inform you guys about the energies of it, is how you can harness it and how you can make it work for you and how you can make it work against you if you choose to, right? Because again, you are in control of your life. The planets aren't in control of your life. So I'm just not gonna curl up into a ball during eclipse season, or curl up into a ball during Mercury retrograde or anything like that, just because it it might be a difficult transit. Now, I may have to rest a little bit more than I normally would. And so that's how I let the energies work for me instead of against me. I allow myself the time to rest. I allow myself the permission. I give myself permission to chill. And if I have to be more flexible with like my readings or my events, usually my events I don't change, like, unless I'm really sick or something, which has never happened. Speaking of events, if you would like to come see me in Kansas City, that's only a week and a half away on June 28th. Tickets are $55. They're going to be $5 more at the door. So if you want to save $5, come see me in Kansas City. I don't know when I'm going to be doing another event in Kansas City. It might not be until next year. So, and really, like, all of these events that I'm doing this year, I don't know when I'm going to get back to those locations. So make sure you come visit me when you get a chance to. I had so many people like miss out on, like, they were like, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were here. And I put it out everywhere. I put it on my Instagram. I put it on my Twitter. I put it all over this channel. So yeah, share, like, subscribe. I haven't said that in a long time. I don't know why I said it. Anyway, St. Louis is July 6th. It's a Saturday. It'll be in the middle of the afternoon, which I've never done before, so I'm kind of excited about. And all of that information is on my website. I also have Los Angeles. It'll be the weekend of August 23rd. And so, yeah, let's look at the cards for today and see what's going on. I'm using the Steampunk Tarot again. Ooh, first card out. Release, release, release. So we have the Tower energy. That's interesting. You know, and I'm hearing that it's all about evolution. It's not mass destruction. Now, some of you may feel Yeah, this is an opportunity of growth. Some of you may feel like I literally want to say the end of the world. Like some of you may feel so dramatic, right? Look at this tower though. It is dramatic. This tower card is crazy dramatic. But after that, we have the Ace of Wands. This is literally this tower moment or situation or whatever's going on in your life. I think we've had the tower a couple of times. But whatever this tower moment is in your life is bringing a huge opportunity to you. It's a huge gift for you. And the Five of Pentacles, but you're not seeing it that way. We had the Five of Pentacles yesterday. There is a serious lack mentality going on right now. And it could actually be that some people are really struggling financially. And I totally get that. I 100% get that. That's why I offer like $30 readings, because I know that some people want answers or need answers in their life. Somebody asked me, they're like, why are you offering such cheap readings? And it's like, it's not that they're cheap. It's just that I know that some people can't afford the full hour. So why not? That Five of Pentacles has kind of been haunting. But this is all about a transformation, right? And we have the Death card underneath the tower. This is some serious Scorpio energy too. Here's the thing, is if you're not recognizing this Ace of Wands opportunity in front of you because you're so caught up in what you don't have that you can't even see what the universe is trying to offer you or what the universe is trying to give you, that's a problem. That's kind of a problem. So, oh, I forgot to mention that the Gemini birthday specials and the Cancer birthday specials, make sure you're checking those out, because I want to be able to do those. I don't know how much I'll be doing readings in July. So I do have some openings next week, which is very rare. So, yeah, make sure you're taking that opportunity also. Look, even I'm being a gift to you. Here's your gift. The High Priestess. There's a lot of major arcana here. We have the Tower, the Death card, the High Priestess. Let's get one more, and then we'll kind of look and see. Oh, wow, and the Chariot. Yeah, so much and the major arcana is in like this L shape. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of water energy that's happening here. Okay. I feel like these three down here. The Death card, that's like the most beautiful Death card I think I've ever seen. So the Death card and the High Priestess and the Chariot. I just want you guys to see the artwork on these cards. It's gorgeous. I know, I'm so fangirling on these cards right now. There's this huge transformation that's what this energy is all about right now. There's a huge transformation that's happening. And that it's almost as if this is a catalyst into somebody's awakening. This eclipse energy, which is really interesting because, or like the energy leading up to the eclipse is a catalyst into somebody's awakening, spiritual awakening, which is interesting because that sort of happened to me back when and I've talked about this before, the Leo full solar eclipse that we had in 2017. All of the energy of that summer led up to my like aha moment, my awakening, learning my truth and figuring out my truth and what it all meant. And I feel like that's what's happening. This is very destined. It's very, very destined. The High Priestess is asking you, I'm actually hearing the High Priestess is asking you to get quiet. You don't have to talk about the process you're going through. You don't have to explain yourself to people. You can, and it's not even like that you're keeping a secret. It's that not everybody needs to know your business all the time, right? So whatever it is that you're going through, I know you feel like there's a lack mentality right now, but it's a transition that you have to go through. You feel like you're lacking in some ways that you probably feel like you can't get out of. You can get out of everything, but see, here's the thing. If things are not working out and you keep trying and trying and trying to make things work out in a certain way, and it just doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. And then things need to start to fall away. And I feel like the old way of doing things, your old life, your old existence, the way you used to settle is not the way you're supposed to be doing things anymore. I feel like that's the transition. The Chariot and the Ace of Wands are trying to push you forward in a new direction, but there are some things, and this Tower doesn't even have to be material possessions. This Tower could be your thought process. The Tower is like you coming into like a whole existence of realizing that things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Okay, so let's, I always have to like catch myself and check the time because I could do this all day. Seriously, like we could talk about this all day long. And I have other things. I got personal readings to do today. All right, so my nose really itches. It feels like there's a hair on the, like when spirit tickles my nose, it usually just means that the energy is like really, like a lot of readers will get it on the top of their heads. I get it on the tip of my nose, and it literally feels like there's a feather tickling my nose. Okay. So the King of Pentacles on the Tower is telling me you don't have to have all of your shit together all the time. It's okay if you fall apart. It's okay if you have to take a day of rest. It's okay if you have to look at people and be like, I'm just not able to function today. It's you know why it's okay? Because taking care of yourself is the first and foremost thing that you should be doing. Everything else is going to come to fall in line. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't be of help to anybody else, right? So literally the King of Pentacles is somebody who looks really, really put together on the outside. I feel like right now there's like this identity crisis that's happening. And you don't have to have all of your shit together all of the time in order for life to work. Because, surprise, life is kind of a crapshoot. You never really know what you're going to get out of it, right? Some days are going to be really awesome, and some days are going to really, really suck. Some days you need to sleep. Some days you're going to be wide, like yesterday. I did everything I possibly could work-wise, and then I just like laid out. And then I realized this morning, I was like, oh my God, I forgot to send out some emails last night that I really needed to send out. And so I did that really quick this morning. But it's like, you don't have to have your shit together. And if a Virgo is telling you you don't have to have your shit together all the time, you can trust it. You can believe it. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is. I feel like this crumbling or this identity crisis, if you will, is a gift. I feel like there is, yeah, the full moon, which is so funny. There's more Scorpio vibes here. See that little scorpion down there? I actually think it's like a crab or a lobster. This full moon gave you an opportunity to release things. It was a gift. And the eclipses coming up are also going to, and even if you can't see this gift for what it is right now, even if you can't see this gift for what it is right now, allow yourself it's almost as if you have to have faith, like you're being asked to have a lot of faith right now because you can't see the opportunities in front of you. It's like if you're really expecting, this is all about having to release expectations and not have all of your shit together all the time, or feel like you have to, or look like you have to. This is all about releasing expectations. If you allow yourself to be like, okay, well, and it's not even hope for the best, expect the worst. Like my ex-husband used to say that all the time, and I'm like, that is the most negative thing I've ever heard in my life. It's not about that. It's about releasing the expectations in order for you to have gains, in order for you to see the gifts. When you release the expectations in your life of the way things are supposed to go, it's almost like your mind clears to a point to where, yeah, I mean, I know you want more, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with monetary value. But what if you're not supposed to have all that monetary value right now? And the reason why you're not supposed to have that monetary value right now is because your life is supposed to change. Maybe you've got yourself stuck on an idea of what things are supposed to look like, or the way things have to go. And you have to understand that there isn't a particular situation that's keeping you stuck. It's you keeping yourself stuck. Because when you're constantly like, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, you're telling the universe that you don't have enough. And the universe is like, I have gifted you a life that's actually pretty good if you think about it. And you're telling me that you don't have enough. Why would I give you more? Because then you'll just be like, I still don't have enough. I still don't have enough. I still don't have enough. This is that same track record in your mind over and over. It's like this record is playing constantly. It's spinning constantly, constantly, constantly in your mind saying, I need more. I don't have enough. What's enough? We talked about this a couple of days ago. What's enough? Is it ever enough? Because to me, even if you had everything in the entire world, talking to you, even if you had everything in the entire world, would that be enough? Is that feeding your soul? All the things? Identity crisis. Because maybe you're starting to recognize that all the things are actually the things that are giving you the lack mentality. When you keep on saying, this is what I want, and this is what I want, and I want this, and I want that, that's something I want to strive for. That's not how you manifest. When you manifest with gratitude. You manifest from a place of, I am grateful for where I am right now. I have a roof over my head. I have food on the table. May not be a great roof, may not be great food, but it still is. So, this transition, we have the Fool on the Death card. Did I even show you guys this? It was the Page of Cups on the Five of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups is the person that begs for more. Could I just get a little bit more? And on the Five of Pentacles, the reason why the Page of Cups is begging is because he has a lack mentality. Doesn't mean he's actually lacking, but he has a lack mentality. So, and yes, you have to have an identity crisis when you're going through your spiritual awakening. Why? Because it's the death of the ego, which is exactly what's happening here. It's time, this transition is forcing you to risk some things in your life. It's forcing you to risk yourself in ways that you never even knew. This transition is going to ask of you to be somebody that is brand new. This person has been hiding inside of you for a very long time, wanting the truth to come out, wanting the truth to come out, wanting the truth to come out. So here's the High Priestess. The High Priestess comes along and says, I can see everything. I feel like you're keeping to yourself. So we have the Three of Cups on the High Priestess. So I feel like even in your soul group or even in your soul tribe, you're staying quiet. I don't feel like you're talking to people right now. I feel like, and even if people are like, come out, come see us, come hang out, come have a good time. You're like, I really can't. because you don't identify with it anymore, or you don't identify even with yourself anymore, and you're trying to figure it out. So here's what happens when you're trying to figure yourself out and your whole identity is in question. You get quiet. Other people aren't going to be able to solve this for you. Only you can. So let's see what the Chariot is, because I feel like the Chariot is pushing you in a direction. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Time to get to work. Time to get to work. You're trying to control. I think that we actually had this pair a couple of days ago. Or somebody did. It was a reading that I did for somebody. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was a daily. But the Emperor on the Chariot. You're trying to control the way the Chariot's going to go, or you're trying to control the timing of everything. There's something about this journey, this Chariot journey that you're on, that you're trying to control. And the universe is really saying, like, you can hold on to the reins and you can have some control over this. But honestly, I know what's best for you. I know what's going to make you happy. Believe me, I was shocked when the universe brought this whole situation into my life. And I was like, is that really, is this really going to, it's like, I didn't even try to control it. I gave up control because I realized I didn't know what was best. So every time I would try and take control over whatever was happening with my business, or whatever was happening with the journey that I was on, or whatever was happening with what I was doing, every time I try to take control over it or get really stressed out about it or something like that, nothing would work out the way that it's supposed to. When I let go of control and I stopped trying to dictate where the Chariot was taking me, that's when things started to fall into line. The more you push and the harder you push for something to happen in your life, the harder it's going to be to get there. All right, my friends. So my 30-minute sessions, my 1-hour sessions, my one-on-one sessions are all on sale. Check those out. I do have some openings for next week. So you could get in as early as Thursday, like just a little over a week from today. And, oh, my merchandise. I didn't even mention it, but if you're interested, we still have some necklaces left. They are infused with Reiki energy. It was so awesome. I was able to send out my first two necklace orders yesterday, and it felt so good to be able to do that because, like, I got to write them a little note. It was just fun. I've never, like, sold actual merchandise before, so it was very cool. And being able to, like, infuse them with Reiki before I send them out, it's like such a personal touch. So anyways, go check out. I have smaller crystals, and I have the bigger ones, like the one I'm wearing. So it kind of just depends on how you feel about, or like, what your style is. My t-shirts and my coffee mugs it's all under the merchandise section on my website. If you go like the top row, you'll see merch, and then there's like a drop down for jewelry and apparel. I love you guys. I hope the full moon, put your full moon experience underneath this video. Let me know how it went. I love you all. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.